What's up, y'all? It's Weekly Wallet Wagers. We are back with this again. I am with my friend and counterpart, the Banker. What's up, Banker?
Hey, what's up? We got a special guest for you guys today. His name is Griffin. Absolute savage.
What's up, man?
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad you could be here today. John speaks very highly of you, and I know that we've kind of been talking about this mysterious financial group chat on, or John has, since we've had the show going, and so we're glad to get a witness from it and hear what you have to share with us today. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, just happy to help and help you guys with this podcast.
Crypto, Griffin, what do you think? I mean, so recently in the past, I don't know, month, we've had a bunch of big hedge firms, we've had a bunch of big banks, but a bunch of big players in the financial game are betting on the longevity. Even governments now. There's a lot of governments that are on this crypto train. So, how long is this going to run for? What do you think the cap is? I mean, I know if I would ask you this 5 or 10 years ago, nobody thought Bitcoin would have hit 62,000. But people also, I don't know. So we've been going through this for a while now. And we're very curious for your expert opinion on where crypto is going to be looking 30 days out, 6 months out, a year out, and
yeah. I just want to give perspective here. First off, if you go ask, like, let's say you go to a fast food restaurant, like go to a McDonald's, you ask anyone in there, not maybe one or two people in that store will know what Bitcoin is, and I doubt a single one of them have even invested in Bitcoin, which is crazy to think about. But if you also think about Bitcoin's market cap, if you look at the top 5 companies right now in the US S&P 500, they're just passing trillion. Apple's at like $2.4 trillion right now. And so looking in longevity of Bitcoin, I don't know how realistic it is for it to see 300K, but I'm still very optimistic that we'll see huge growth in the coming years.
Thank you, Griffin. I know Bitcoin has been certainly a popular subject since it was kind of the leader and the pioneer in this whole crypto thing. One of the things I think we're more interested about now, though, is some of these newer cryptocurrencies that are on the market. There's a lot of people betting and speculating on Ethereum, on Dogecoin, I could go all day listing smaller ones, but yes, Bitcoin made it, and I think we all can accept the fact that it's here. It's not going anywhere, but you're right. We don't know how high it's going. What about all these other, because every single day there's more cryptos being launched, and are we going to eventually get to a point where there's going to be some kind of consolidation, or people are going to be able to just stop making coins and we're going to have to stick to 20 different cryptos? Or is it just going to, because it almost seems to devalue existing crypto when every day somebody else launches a new coin?
Yeah, I think it's really, crypto is freaking awesome because whatever you can do on the internet, you can create a coin for it. They're having YouTube now that they have coins for that, where you watch videos and you make money watching those videos. That also helps the influencers.
I think it's the Coinbase surveys. Will, we talked about those last week.
We now have strategies that are canceling out banks with staking, where you can or having even certificate of deposits where you put your money in there for a certain period of time. I just on the Avalanche mainnet, I just found a small cap coin called Blizzard, and it's giving me 170% return right now, locking it up for 3 months, which is ridiculous.
I'm writing it down. Blizzard.
Yeah, Blizzard.
Will over here is taking note. Something.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, Will, Griffin mentioned to me earlier. So we started with the investor chat, but he branched off and made a Discord with about 20 people that are active. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I've got 20 paid subscriptions right now on my Discord. I send out weekly options calls, and just 2 weeks ago we had one call that went up over 700%.
So I actually want to talk about that real quick, Griffin. We've been speculating about banking and crypto for a long time on this show. What you just brought to us, though, is a new concept. Now, this is on Discord, you said, as a platform?
Yes, we are called Accomplished Incorporated.
Accomplished I like that, by the way. Accomplished.
Yeah.
All right. And what is the if you don't mind me asking, because I'm even interested in something like this. What is a subscription run to be part of something like this? Because numbers are good. It pays for itself.
Oh yes, and I'm not, so I make my money. I'm very happy with what I do. And so I'm really in the mood to help everyday people. So I put my subscription out for $10 a month, and I will literally teach you my strategy and how I trade. I'll teach you all about options trading. I'll teach you how to do technical analysis and your fundamentals when looking up and researching stocks. And all I ask for is that $10 passive income each month.
I think that's more than fair. Tell us, so right before I interrupted you about that, real quick, because I'm going to sign up actually while we're on this episode. Send me a link, by the way.
Yeah.
I think you've got my number in our group chat. So you were saying that you had an option or a call recently that went up 700%.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little, how do you pick these? Because, there are people trying to pick winners every day, but you obviously have a system. There's so much noise in Wall Street, and you're obviously, Griffin, you're tuning a bunch of this noise out, and you're focusing on a certain percentage of the noise that you understand and that you're able to grasp. And let's hear about that.
So mostly I just look for a ton of volatility. And, I look for the perfect scenario in my stock trading. It's hard to explain because it's mostly TA work, technical analysis. And so when I'm, picking where they've had maybe a huge run up and they're getting close to their 52-week high, or they've been down for a few weeks and, I guess, you look for a lot of, volume, big purchases early on that haven't really changed, the price in stock. And so with that, it'll create a lot of momentum in, further out into the market. You're kind of like telling the future a little bit. And so I look for it. I have a volume oscillator, and I have, I have like a bid and ask spreadsheet that shows me large purchases.
You sound like a very bullish trader. Not
you.
I you don't really sound bearish.
No, I can work I can work both up and down, which is very nice. It's it's a nice clear cut strategy for me.
Nice.
Very good. Yeah. I'm interested in this, Griffin. For $10, for only $10 a month to get access to your research and analysis, I think would be hugely worth it. I pay 2 staff members right now to trade and to do all of my research and all of that right now. And there's a huge cost in that just in weekly payroll. Now we're doing well right now because we've been making good trades and returns, but I'm also not a big player by any means. There are people much bigger than me, and I'm trying to be one of those fish. So I'm actually going to send you our program we built and our spreadsheet on how we track it all, and would love to get you to look at it in your perspective. And then you said, so you do weekly, sorry, I know we were throwing a bunch of terms back. You were saying, are you talking about weekly calls like in trading, or you do actual calls like for your subscription members to share information?
Yeah, so I'm very small right now. So I'm also a full-time student. I've got, a relationship. I've got a lot of things in the mix. So I haven't.
That's a full-time job. That's 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah, 2 full-time jobs. So on top of that, I also do affiliate marketing and a little bit of drop shipping from time to time. So it's I've got a lot on my plate. So I haven't been able to, get my staff and everything in place to where I can find the time to, do these call outs and have weekly calls and updates. So I'm very active in, I have monthly meetings with, my subscribers. We talk, and whenever they need, any advice or any info on a stock, they just, they'll text me, they'll call me, and we'll go on a call or we'll schedule a meeting. And so it's, I guess I'm pretty hands-on in that approach, but I haven't moved into just doing a weekly call yet. But so my call out, by call out, I send a list of maybe 12 plays, rating from, zero. I've got 3 sections: small market cap, medium, and large, based on your portfolio size. And so this will allow you to, let's say you only have like $20 for a trade. I can work with that and maybe find you one on one of the weeks and where you can, if the stock hits, you can start with $20 and eventually get to thousands of dollars.
Okay, so do you have a plan for somebody who would, who wouldn't be making any trades under $500 or $1,000?
Yes.
Perfectly, so my biggest problem is having to jump from platforms and getting dinged for day trading. They always will give you a free time out of it, or you got to put 25 grand in your account to get liquid to get it back, or and I've really pushed my luck with the SEC, just constantly getting slapped on the wrist for it. And so I pushed my limit with as much as I can trade, during that time. But anyway, I would love to talk on this because again, as you grow, growth is a good thing. But as you grow, even though you're at a more elevated position, you are also in uncharted waters more so than you've ever been before in your life with new stuff. And so, counsel and understanding all this it's not just valuable for me, Griffin, but all people that listen to this too. There's so much going on with the economy and the market right now, and who really knows what. So,
yeah.
John, I know you have a few questions for Griffin. Before I turn it over to you, John, one last thing I wanted to ask you. I can't remember, John, if we were talking about it a few weeks ago or not, but one of the things that I have been utilizing in my portfolio as I trade are reverse volatility indexes, or, the reverse ×3 indexes. So, and if y'all don't know what we're talking about, a reverse volatility index is something that is tied to another stock or to another industry, and that stock goes down, the reverse volatility index actually goes up at the same rate, or will actually go up like 3 times as much as the stock goes down. So to make this easy, you actually, just for the sake of explaining this analogy, if I go to Robinhood and go to my watch list of inverse volatility indexes, so for the S&P 500. Everybody's heard of the S&P 500, or I assume you have if you're on this podcast. The S&P 500 has a reverse volatility index. Its stock symbol is SPSX. And what this does is it's actually a reverse index ×3. So whenever the S&P goes down, this index actually goes up at 3 times the rate, and vice versa. So when the S&P goes up, this will go down. So anyway, they have these for all kinds of stocks, all kinds of industries. But this has been a method of mine. It's kind of been my insurance, my backup. Griffin, is hey, when I'm investing in things, and if it goes to shit, it doesn't really matter, because I can just sell even at a loss and move it over to the inverse volatility index, and it goes way back up. I think about it like when John talks about his mortgage thing, when he lost all his money on that mortgage deal, like, John, you should have been looking for the inverse volatility index for whatever you invested in and dumped that money, and you would have made it back. So I don't know, Griffin, what do you have on all that? Good, bad?
So I think that's a fantastic security option. So let's say the market goes, haywire, and we have another recession. That stock, I guess even back in 2008, I tracked it. That stock, 2020, back in February of 2020, I looked at it, and that stock was running at $2 to $3. It went as high as $96. And so, even right now, it's running about, less than $8. You put a nice little bag of even, $500, $1,000, I guess, large bag for some people. But if you have, you put in 3 to 5% of your portfolio into it, and God forbid we have a market crash or recession, depression, whatever it would be, you will be, very well kept, even in a market crash, if you have that 3 to 5% of your portfolio.
Good to know. Okay. See, so inverse to me, nobody ever recommended it. It was something that I stumbled upon on my own research online. And I mean, when I was just Googling stuff, and I discovered that these existed, I was like, this is like the secret to success right here. I was like, I can't lose with this. But nobody ever talks about it though. And nobody ever recommends it. And so I didn't know if it was really like, one of the best kept secrets, if there's a reason people stay away from these, but your perspective is helpful here. So thank you, Griffin.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank y'all for being here with us today. Y'all, this is Weekly Wallet Wagers. Keep following John, Griffin, and I for more. We will be back with this, y'all. We are here every week. Click on the links below. Likes, love. I'm getting jumbled. It's been a long and awesome episode. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Later, y'all.